Joining me from London is Patrick Christys, star presenter at GB News. Patrick, the Chagos deal is insane. We've discussed it before. It's not ratified yet, so it can be reversed. Why has Trump suddenly taken note of how bad it is?
Yeah, absolutely. It can be reversed. It's a suicidal act of national self-harm. President Trump is very angry about it now, and he actually said publicly, why are the UK doing it? Is it because they need the money? Well, wait until he finds out that we're actually paying Mauritius to give it away to them. But Trump cares about it now, I think, because Nigel Farage actually had an interview with the Speaker of the House in America recently and told him in more detail about what's going on in Chagos. And there is a chance there that that's got back to President Trump, and he's seeing this renewed stance, which could actually mean that GB News is about to save a piece of British sovereign territory, which would be nice. But I do think he's deciding to see the world in more kind of vital, big power terms, Trump, and looking at it and using it as leverage when it comes to him taking Greenland. But the British government has U-turned 14 times so far. They need to do it again. You know, I would say that we're led by incompetent technocrats, but it's probably quite offensive to technocrats. The funny thing about this, though, in a way, is that apparently President Trump is considering just buying Diego Garcia off the Mauritians. So our incompetent leader might have paid for the privilege of giving it away to Mauritius so that all their citizens can stop paying income tax and they can wipe off their national debt. And then President Trump might just buy it and have it in its entirety. So that would be the worst piece of negotiating that we've ever seen by our Labour government. And that is where we are at the moment. But the big one for me, obviously, Andrew, really, is the Chinese embassy as well.
Yeah, what is it? Is it really a security risk?
The Chinese embassy is massive, massive security risk. They've got 208 underground chambers, one directly above the cables leading to the financial district, the City of London, and millions of people's personal emails. The latest is that MI5 has said they're going to move all of these cables just to try to get them away from the Chinese. So we're just going to grind central London to a standstill so that Sir Keir Starmer can lick Beijing's boots. But I want to know as well with this, where are all the pro-Palestine mob? China keeps millions of Uyghur Muslims in camps, organ harvesting, forced sterilization, all of that. They're very quiet, all of these people that have been out on the streets campaigning for Palestine previously, you know, saying that this is all about oppressed Muslims, etc. Where are they on that? But in terms of Chinese spying on us, they've previously hacked every single diplomatic wire in Britain, and they also are believed to have hacked British military vehicles because we bought electric vehicles from China to use for our military. So we're not allowed to talk in our own military vehicles at the moment. Why let them have that base here? I think the reason is that this Labour government has ruined our economy so much that they feel as though they need China now for the money. And this is the price they're willing to pay, to compromise the entire City of London and potentially the entire country. You do have to ask yourself, don't you? Is Comrade Keir really working for Britain?
Well, it's extraordinary stuff, and all coming to a head, as you say, when Trump can use this as a leverage against Britain over Greenland. And just finally, Britain's most famous family outside the royals is Sir David and Victoria Beckham, the soccer great and the former Posh Spice pop star, and their children. But now their carefully curated image has been destroyed. Their eldest son, Brooklyn, has written a long series of posts on Instagram Monday. They're saying he wanted no more contact with his parents, accused them of ruining his life, trying to make them part of their very controlled social media image, and even ruining his wedding to a billionaire's daughter, with his mother hijacking his wedding dance and dancing, quote, inappropriately, end quote, with him. Look, this has been huge news in Britain, but who's getting the sympathy?
Well, it's a little bit of a mixed bag in terms of whose side people are on. Personally, I'm in the camp that Brooklyn is a useless, spoiled Nepo baby who needs to be a bit more grateful. He tried his hand at photography, took a picture of an elephant that you couldn't see, if you remember that. He tried his hand at being a chef. All he did was do things like make a bacon sandwich. He then thought, oh, I'll just want to be a racing driver, was rubbish at that as well, so couldn't be a racing driver. The only good thing he's done in his life is bagging a billionaire heiress. And let's be honest, that's only happened because he happens to have the same last name as his dad. So I think he should be a little bit more grateful. The thing I will say about this, Andrew, is apparently there is video footage of Victoria Beckham's supposedly inappropriate dance. The only people in possession of that video footage are Brooklyn Beckham and his now wife, Nicola Peltz. Release the tapes. That's what I say. Release the tapes.
Well, look, if it is as he says, that Victoria Beckham was the star of the wedding dance when when it should be the bride. I have some sympathy with him, and also suspect it is very hard to live the son of a very successful megastar and not be a success yourself. But anyway, I think there's more to come out. Thank you so much, Patrick Christys. Really appreciate it.